Howdy my peeps and welcome to this video, I guess. This is my, basically I've been on YouTube for 4 years, and that is insane, and that is kind of a long time. I started this back in, well, it was 4 years ago, so 2017 is when I started posting regularly, and yeah, I just really like making videos. I do it for fun, and it's fun. But anyway, the comment of the week goes to Laura. Thank you so much for your comment. I really appreciate reading you all's comments, and I just really appreciate you all. Speaking of which, oh my goodness, thank you so much for 1,400 plus people. That's a lot of people. It's like I did a community post thanking you all for this, but I wanted to, this is actually my third time thanking, because it's just like, oh my goodness, that's a lot of people. And in that community post, I mentioned how, it's like if you have that many people, did I mention that community post? I mentioned it at some point, but anyway, it's like having that many people in a room with me, watching me draw, and listening to me talk about my art, and that is, so just the thought of that is like, wow. So thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate you and everything that you do. And also I notice returning people, when they comment and stuff, and I just really appreciate all of you, and I think it's really nice, you know. And I'm also really kind of bad about talking about my feelings, so I'm sorry. But anyway, in this video I decided to, well, this is something I did a couple of times, but redraw the first drawing that I did on my channel. And it's sort of kind of a redraw, but not really. I changed some things. It has the same galaxy background from the original one, and I think her hair is similar. I don't have the original in front of me right now, but I know her outfit is definitely different, but anyway. And in that first one, oh, I completely forgot about this, oh my goodness. I also wanted to use the same supplies that I used in the original one, which I'm going to put it up on the screen, but I don't have it with me right now, but anyway. I basically used Copic Markers. I also used Winsor & Newton inks, which I don't have anymore, so I couldn't use that this time. And Watercolors, which I still have. I also used a Posca pen the first time, but I don't have that anymore, so I just used Gouache this time. All the supplies will be in the description, by the way, but anyways. I also used a Pentel brush pen in the first one, but I don't have one of those. Well, I still have it, but it's I should throw it away because there's no ink in it. So I just used a ballpoint pen, which I like using ballpoint for watercolor paintings because you can get some really nice line art with it, and it's just a ballpoint pen, so they're not super expensive, and I think the line work looks nice when I use ballpoint pen, so it's amazing. And as far as my process for this was concerned, this is actually my second time trying to draw this, because the first time I completely forgot about the Copic markers, but the second time around I wanted to make sure that I used them, so I colored her face and parts of her hair with the Copic markers, and that was the first thing I did, which is what you're seeing now. Wow. And then I went over parts of her skin and her hair with watercolors. And when I did that, which I haven't gotten to it in the video yet, but anyway, when I did that, it created this interesting texture. It looks kind of you know how some people will use a noise filter on their drawings and stuff, digital drawings. That's what it looks like, kind of, and I think that's rather interesting. But overall, I like how this drawing turned out, and I enjoyed the process and things, because it really, you know, since I'm just what do you call that? I forgot what it's called. I guess recalling the past. The words, they're not here right now, but anyway. Since I was thinking about the past or whatever, and things, I really think that this drawing and just the process of creating it was kind of similar to my old process, and it has a similar feel to it, feel of my old work. the language, I'm sorry. But anyway, like the feeling of, like, when I look at the drawing and the feeling that I get, it's similar to how I feel when I look at some of my old drawings. And I think a lot of that has to do with the supplies that I use, because these days I don't really do a lot of mixed media stuff, while that used to be like the only thing that I did for a while. And so I would like mix Copic markers with watercolors, and I can't remember what else I used to do. Well, sometimes I also used Winsor Newton inks, but these days whenever I draw something, I usually just stick to one supply. So it's like I'm doing a watercolor painting or I'm doing a Copic drawing. I don't really mix supplies anymore and do mixed media stuff anymore. So doing that this time and just like looking at the drawing, how it turned out and stuff, and I was like, wow, why did I stop doing that? That's kind of neat. But at the same time, I don't think I'm gonna go back. Not for any particular reason, it's just like, you know, over time your process change, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just, I just have different tastes, you know. It's a part of growing. You really don't want to stay in the same place for too long. And that's another, this is like super kind of random, but this is like not just an art thing, but just like a general life thing. And it's kind of artsy, so I'm gonna say it in the context of art, but anyway. Like, if you ever feel like you're in a difficult place with your art, and you're just like, I'm just not liking anything that I'm creating, in my opinion, that's a good thing, because if you were satisfied with what you were creating, then you wouldn't have the drive to get better, because it's like, I already love what I'm doing. This is me at my peak. I have nowhere else to go. So it's like, I'm amazing and I don't need to do anything else. But like for me, like whenever I feel like I'm in a little bit of a rut with my art, and recently I was feeling kind of iffy about my videos too, because I feel like I was just making the same thing over and over again. And on one hand, it's like it's frustrating, but on the other hand, it's like you kind of need that dissatisfaction, because that makes you, it kind of pushes you to go forward, if that makes any sense. So, where was I going with that point? oh yeah, so that's why I'm not like gonna like change how I'm drawing things now and start mixing things up with, well, I'm still gonna like try new things and stuff, but I don't have any intention of going back to how I used to draw stuff at this moment, because I'm all about progress, people. That's what we're here for. What the heck? But anyway, but yeah, I really like how this drawing turned out. I like the background. I did something different with the background, and I've been experimenting with this a little bit lately. Is it called the abstract? I don't think it is. Anyway, this is what it's called. Like, showing more of my strokes in my watercolor paintings. So in the background, I just, like, you can see it where I just like put down blocks of color, and I didn't try to blend things out. Which at first I was trying to blend things out, but then I was like, you know what? Let me not do that. Which is kind of, I guess, similar to the point that I just made about trying new things and trying to improve and things. Because one thing I noticed about my art, and it's something I'm trying to work on, is sometimes I blend things out too much, and I get a little intimidated by just like blocks of color in things, unless it's like highlights on the nose or highlights in the eyes. Like there, I don't mind blocks of color, but it's like everything else, it's like it must be blended. But I'm kind of starting to get away from that a little bit and kind of embracing unblended things, because everything doesn't have to be super blended and smooth. Like, it doesn't. So that's one thing I'm working on, and that's one thing that's different in this new drawing versus the old drawing, because in the old drawing I tried to get the background all blended and stuff, but it's like this one I was like, I don't care, folks, it's not going to be blended, and that's fine. And I'm glad I didn't, because I think it looks nice all splotchy and stuff, so that's cool. Also their hair, I did that differently. Like I mentioned, I put color down with Copics and then went over it with watercolors, and I think that created some interesting things there. So yeah, I had a lot of fun creating this drawing overall, and it's very fun. Also, it's nice to, you know, I can't think of the word for this. What in the world? To like look back on. You know what I'm trying to say. At least I hope you know what I'm trying to say, because for It's like the words. They're not today, they're not there. I'm sorry. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for subscribing to me. I really appreciate it. Like, I really do. It's like sometimes you hear people say it and it's like, but like, I really do. Because I really, like I said, I make videos for fun, so I really like doing it. That's why I'm still doing it. But anyway, that's how the drawing turned out. I like it. It was fun. I hope you like it as well. Yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. Shout out to my patrons, Turtle Bun Buns, Ariana, and Kelsey. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for being my patrons. I really appreciate you and everything you do. Wow. I'm also on Ko-fi and I'm also on Instagram, and you can also subscribe to my channel if you want to, you know? If you wanted to, you could. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and please enjoy the rest of your day, my peeps.